spending. Let's bring in Texas Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison, member of the Senate Banking Committee and Housing and Urban Affairs. And Senator, first of all, why did you vote against this procedural effort tonight?
I just thought the bill was not well constructed. We are looking at $1 trillion now, maybe another $1 trillion coming down the pike, and we spent $1 trillion last year to stimulate, and so far nothing has worked. I think we need to step back and do this in the big picture with a strategy that will help housing, that will get credit out to small businesses and individuals throughout our country, and none of that is happening right now.
And Senator, the president says all of those issues are in this bill, and he says, in fact, there are no earmarks, no pork. Here's the president from earlier today, and we'll give you a chance to respond.
Be clear, though, that there aren't individual pork projects that members of Congress are putting into this bill. Regardless of what the critics say, there are no earmarks in this bill. That's part of the change that we're bringing to Washington, is making sure that this money is well spent to actually create jobs right here in Elkhart.
Senator, I know a lot of Republicans say that there's wasteful spending. Identify what you consider to be wasteful in this bill.
Well, it's just that it's not job stimulative. And, you know, the president will be earmarking the bill. It will be the people in the agencies and the bureaucracies that decide what goes and what doesn't. So there will be earmarks for sure. And it's not all stimulative, and it doesn't happen in the first 2 years. It happens through 10 years. And what we need to do is jumpstart the economy with spending in the next 2 years that will be infrastructure that will create jobs in our country. Military construction spending, highway spending, bridges, the kinds of infrastructure that we have to do anyway, so that we will not be in the outlying years doing things that are going to increase the debt and the deficit, but will jumpstart the economy now so that the revenue would be produced, and then we can start trying to balance the budget in the out years.
Senator Hutchison, one of your colleagues, Senator Coburn, identified a number of items that he said were wasteful and not stimulative, including $5.5 billion for making federal buildings green, $275 million for flood prevention, $200 million for public computer centers at community colleges and libraries. All of those would create jobs, wouldn't they?
Well, no. What we're talking about is, well, that's not true. There will be some jobs created, but they're not job intensive items. I mean, it will be consultancies. They're talking about grants for education, which are still in the bill, and they're
but they're
good
also
projects.
talking about construction for education, right? I mean, if you build
they're not job-creating projects. That's the problem.
Fair enough, but if you're building a school, as some of the money is supposed to be used for, that does create some jobs, right? And doesn't it make the schools better and perhaps provide a better environment for students and invest in the future in that sense?
But look at the enormous taxpayer effort that is going to be made with $1 trillion. And where is it going to go? You know, I would rather know that it was going to be population-based, where we would know that it is going to schools on some kind of even-handed basis, but this is just throwing money in the wind, and we don't know where it's going to be spent. We don't know what states are going to get it or what schools. We don't know that it's going to be a process that's fair. There's no specificity at all, and I don't think that the taxpayers of my state should be subsidizing other states if it's going to be unfairly distributed, and we don't know. That's the problem with this bill. It's $838 billion that is unspecified, and there will be earmarks, but it's going to be made by the president and the administration. And I don't think that is a process that gives us comfort that it is going to be job creating, that it's going to be done with any kind of a plan that we see.
Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison, Republican from Texas. Senator, you raised some great points, and good of you to come on with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.